Hey friends and fam, welcome back to our channel Nations Without Borders, and in this week's video we're gonna talk about our 2 months in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. This has been an insane trip. It's been super fun with...
Like she was saying, 2 months in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. We're just gonna talk about our time here, go over all the activities we did and some of our favorite moments, some of our not so favorite moments. So stick around and watch the rest of the episode. Alright, so for anyone who is viewing our channel for the first time, thank you for watching. And just a little bit more about us. We are Nations Without Borders, and we are a digital nomad traveling family. And currently, we are on a 5-month journey with our young daughter, Nora. Well, last month we were in El Salvador, in Surf City, and the month before that we were in Nicaragua, and now we are in Puerto Escondido, Mexico for 2 months. We've absolutely had an amazing time here. And one reason we're so excited to be back here is because we used to live here for a couple years during 2020 and 2021. This is where I proposed to Josine.
It's where we got married.
Where we got married, so we made a lot of close friends over the years, and Puerto Escondido holds a very special place in our heart. So we were very excited to come back here, spend a couple months, catch up with all of our friends, and just see how this city has been changing over the years. So let's first start off with some of our favorite moments over the past 2 months, which I think we can both agree is
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos. We haven't been before. This is our first time. It's in Oaxaca City. I mean, they celebrate it all over Mexico, but Oaxaca City is one of like the hot spots, one of the most popular destinations you can go to celebrate the Mexican holiday.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and it was so cute to see Nora dressed up too. Like, it wasn't just us doing the makeup and the outfit, or it was Nora stealing the show. It was so fun. It was so cute.
Yeah, so we drove up there, drove our own car, and another highlight was our good friends from Lisbon, where our home base is, Tiziana and Alexis. They flew out and they did their own Mexican vacation, and they joined up with us for a bit, which we loved, so we got to spend some time with them. They also came back down to Puerto for a few days, and that was super fun. So yeah, Dia de los Muertos is definitely the highlight, I think, of...
It's definitely one that we can check off our bucket list. It's been there for a while.
Yeah, and a bucket list item, I think it is. So like, if you don't know much about Dia de los Muertos, go research it. It's an amazing Mexican holiday.
Watch our video. We did a whole video on our weekend.
Yeah. Click the card up here to go watch it. It's an amazing Mexican holiday, and I think a tradition we'll just adopt in our own life, because we kind of like to pick and choose things from different cultures we explore around the world that we like to bring into our own traditions. So yeah. Amazing. Can't say enough good things about that. So put it on your own bucket list to go to Oaxaca City and celebrate Dia de los Muertos.
Another highlight of these 2 months was definitely Nora's first birthday. That was also so much fun. For us as parents too, the first birthday of your child is a special one.
Yeah, a huge milestone.
Yeah, and being able to celebrate that here in Puerto is an extra layer that makes it extra special.
Because we also found out that you were pregnant in Puerto last year.
Yeah.
Which is, so it's like full circle.
Yes, and my mom was here for that week.
Yeah.
She flew in, so it was just a very special week. I will forever remember. Yeah.
It was amazing to watch Josine's mom get some really good bonding time with Nora over a few days, so that was great.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Oma, for flying out from the Netherlands.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yeah, so that was absolute highlight.
And we got the birthday cake was from the same baker that did our wedding cake, so that was cool.
Bunch of friends in the garden.
If you want to go, we have a short video on Nora's birthday, so
did that too.
if you want to go watch that video, do that.
I think for you, skateboarding, your skateboard life here.
Yeah, so Puerto Escondido, skateboarding has definitely been on the rise here over the past few years. There's not a lot of street spots, just because the ground is so rough here. Back in 2020, a bowl opened called the Boneyard. It's like a restaurant. They have a pizza and burgers and a bar and a tattoo shop and a skate bowl. And it's just a really amazing place. And this time I really made an effort to do some more skating because I wanted to make like kind of a skate documentary about skateboarding in Puerto Escondido, just because there's a new skate park being built in Guajes and they have the ambitious goal to become the biggest skate park in all of the state of Oaxaca, which is super amazing. I think it's going to be great for the community, great for the kids. So I spent more time skateboarding, and also like my wrist has been injured ever since we got here. Actually, I started hurting back in El Salvador just from
carrying Nora.
carrying Nora incorrectly. It's called like parent's wrist or something. It's common for new parents. So I've had like this tendonitis in my wrist, so I haven't been able to surf the whole time I'm here, which is heartbreaking because that's one of the reasons we love Puerto Escondido is for the surf. I spent more time on skateboarding because I just wear a wrist brace and I try to avoid falling, which is also hard to do. So skating the Guajes Park and just hanging out with all the skate homies has been awesome.
I think in general, just spending time with our friends here, doing sunset with friends, beach time. We have so many friends in town, so it's just always good coming back here and hanging out with them, catching up.
Sunsets with Nora.
Yeah, all of that. Like,
Yeah.
it's
We're over on
good
the
crew.
Rinconada side of town, so we don't live really within close, well, like general walking distance of a beach where you can actually see the sunset. So sometimes we go to Bacocho for sunset, sometimes we go to La Punta. That's a highlight when you're living in a beach town. It's just your daily ritual of sunset, so we try and do that when we can.
I think this house that we're staying in is definitely a highlight.
Yeah, we got really lucky with this house. I think we've given you a tour in past videos, so if you're curious about that, you could check that out. But yeah, we definitely got very grateful and blessed for this rental that we found. It has an amazing barbecue, an amazing pool. We get a good angle in the morning for the sunrise.
Well, important for us was in this case, like when we spent the whole month in Nicaragua, we were staying with our friends in their house. In El Salvador, we had an Airbnb, but that Airbnb had, for example, a leaking roof above the bed. Above my head, literally. So we wanted something more comfortable for these 2 months here in Mexico. So we really made an effort in finding something that's more comfortable. It might be a little bit more...
yeah, it was above our budget, but we're like, you know
But I'm
what?
very happy that we did it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
And because then we have our own room for Nora, we have our own office for us, and a spare bedroom for friends that want to visit.
For my mom, for example. So
Yeah.
the big, large kitchen, living room, patio, pool, barbecue, all the things that you could possibly dream of has this house. So
A hot tub on the
Yeah.
balcony with a view over the ocean.
extra nice.
Spoiled. So yeah, we were spoiled these 2 months and it was amazing. So
So it's gonna be hard moving to something smaller.
This house does have Starlink, which most places in Puerto do nowadays, but the Starlink in this area, in this neighborhood, isn't the greatest. We're getting on average 15 to 20 megabytes down per second, and if you're a digital nomad, you know that doesn't quite cut it for video calls, so that's been a little bit rough, but it's good enough to where I feel like I don't have to go to a co-working space. Always one of my favorite things is open mic nights and seeing live music. In La Punta, where we used to live, there's an amazing like live music scene that I think our good friend Travis King kind of, not paves the way, but is kind of one of the leaders. Like he organizes a lot of shows. He's playing a lot of shows himself. He's the organizer and host of the famous open mic night in La Punta. So since we have the baby now, we can't go as much as we like. We used to go like every week, but every now and again we'll get a babysitter and go down there. So that's fun.
That also was like a night that we had a babysitter. We could go out with our friends like old times. It was just such a good night out. We were home at midnight, but it was good, yeah.
I think another thing we always enjoy is the exercise and fitness scene here in Puerto. Like when you come to Puerto, like a lot of my friends that came here for the first time, they're like, why is everyone so good looking and attractive? And everyone's so fit here. And I think that's just kind of a testament to the culture here. It's a very active community, whether you're surfing or skateboarding or doing yoga. There's lots of gyms here. And one of our favorite things to do is to go to shred classes.
Yes. Yes,
And
love shred.
our good friend Michael hosts and is the creator of the shred classes, and there's all different types of classes, whether you're into Pilates or HIIT or yoga, there's something for everyone, and he does a great job of organizing that whole thing. So
yeah, big shout out to Michael, because it was already when we were living here in 2020 that he started this, and for me it's the perfect workout. You can choose different things now, like there's yoga, there's HIIT workouts, there's all kinds of classes, but for me personally it's the HIIT workout that works best for me, because it's 30 minutes and you get fit real fast. So when we were living here I was doing it a lot, so I picked it up again when we were here. Good stuff. Go check it out.
Another thing is I think we've been eating out more at restaurants than we usually would, and that's because we made a video about our favorite restaurants in Puerto Escondido, so we really made an effort to like go to all of them, and there was a lot. We didn't even get to all of them.
No.
We did 15 of them, and I think we still had 5 more we wanted to go to, but just ran out of time. So sorry to the ones that didn't make it, but we went to a lot of restaurants, ate out a lot. So yeah, just preparing for the holidays, you know?
Also shred more so you can eat more.
Yeah. Another thing is our friend Sarge came to visit. We haven't seen him since our wedding a few years ago, back in 2021. So he lives in Mexico now, but it was very nice that he came over and spent some time with us and got to know Nora better. So shout out to you, Sarge. Thank you. What was your absolute favorite thing over the past month?
My mom
2 months.
here with Nora's birthday, without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also one of mine.
It was an emotional week too.
Yeah, that was great that she was here.
Yeah.
Let's see, for me, I think I would have to say making that skateboard trick, because that was a long time coming that I actually never thought I would do.
The making of is a video on its own. It's just hilarious. It's
there was a skateboard trick I really wanted to do by the Zicatella sign. There's this gap I wanted to ollie. It's like if you're a skateboarder, you know that you drive by spots and you just dream about, oh, I bet I could do that.
He does that all the time.
And then you never do, or you just dream about it. Well, I started dreaming about it since the first time we came here, and I finally just went and decided to go for it, and ended up making it without any major injuries. It was definitely sore for a bit, but made it happen, so I was super stoked on that.
This is the letters of Zicatella. Then there's a small pathway that he would skateboard, but then immediately a 3-way lane road starts with like traffic. Then there's like a little barrier, and then on the other side of the barrier there's another 2 or 3 lane road. We were filming, but we were also taking pictures. I was taking pictures. To take that picture with the right angle and all the things, I needed to be between the 3 and 3 lanes. So right in the barrier. There's like this much space. So I was just standing there with the camera hoping that no traffic would hit me. That's it.
Yeah, it was a bit sketchy, and
it
was a mission, an early morning mission. So good job for being a sport, good wife, good skate wife.
Showing the picture right now.
So yeah, that was awesome. Shout out to Carlos too
Yes.
for coming down to film. Awesome times. Was there any struggles?
Were there any struggles?
I think just the internet here. I've had many times where my video calls were cutting out and my colleagues were like, yo dude, chopping in and out, so.
Yeah.
But that is typical of Puerto. That has been a struggle ever since the beginning of time when we started coming here, so nothing new.
Another highlight, by the way, we forgot to mention is that we had the best babysitter ever.
Yep.
Vero, huge shout out to her. I know you don't speak English, so when you're watching this video, if you even watch this video, you would not understand
Maybe
what I'm
captions to
saying.
Spanish.
Maybe. But yeah, huge thank you to her, because without her, we wouldn't be able to pull all this off in these 2 months.
Muchas gracias, Fiero. We love you.
Yeah, she's the best. If you ever need a babysitter in Puerto Escondido,
Reach out, DM us, and we will pass along our reference.
Yeah.
One other thing that's pretty cool is we finally got our permanent Mexican visa.
How did we not even talk about this yet?
Yeah, so long story short, when we lived here full-time back in 2020 and 2021, we got our temporary visa. And if you get a temporary Mexican visa, it is good for 4 years before it expires. And if you keep it for 4 years, you can apply to get your permanent. And that has been our plan all along, because kind of our long-term plan is to split our time between Portugal and Mexico, because we love Mexico. And so we got our permanent visa. So that is just a nice option to have, so we can come here and live here part of the year. And I think that's the dream for a lot of people, right? Being able to live places seasonally, especially as we were digital nomads for a long time. Now being semi-nomadic, it's nice to be able to have locations you can always go back and live.
This is our second home away from home.
So we're super stoked on that. We might even do a video later on the visa process. us. If you ever want an option B residency and you want to come live in Mexico, leave a comment down below and we might do a video on that later, but no promises. So anyways, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode on Nations Without Borders. We appreciate you watching. And if you like this content, you feel it's useful or insightful to you, or just simply entertaining, please like and subscribe. But besides that, we will see you on next week's episode.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Adios.